Hey friends, so today we are talking about why you should not let people live in your house. And baby, the stories that I have myself, oh my God, like it's something about not only you opening up and sacrificing your peace so that someone is not on the street, but the way that they treat your home while they're in it and then the way that they treat you after they leave is wild to me. Like, I have not had one situation where I let somebody stay with me and we were still close after it happened. Like, people would come in, they would complain about how your house operates. They would complain about how you do things in your house. They will use up all of your necessities and not contribute. Like, I can understand that, okay, you may be homeless, right? But you ain't broke to the point where you cannot contribute anything. Like, I had a family member stay with me, and I'm talking about all they did was complain. They complained about what I watched on TV. They complained about, how I kept my house. They complained about how I ran my household. They talked to me any kind of way in my house. My light bill was high as giraffe's coochie. Baby, they did not contribute nothing. They was coming in the house with new shit all the time, spending all kind of money just watching me and my baby struggle. Like, baby, never again. I'll never forget. I had an ex friend because I couldn't even tell you where this girl is now. She told me that she needed to stay. I think she said something along the lines of like she was staying with her baby daddy's family, and they were going to be gone, and she couldn't stay there while they were gone. Okay, red flag number one, but she couldn't stay there while they were gone, and so she needed a place to stay. And she was like, it's literally only for a weekend. And she had her baby with her. And I was just like, okay, fine. Like, me and her were friends. So I didn't mind. But at this time, y'all, I was like 20, right? This is my first apartment. I literally, after I paid my rent for the month, would only have like 30, 40, $50 to have like groceries, for the next like week or so until I got paid. So I had enough for me. I was making do with what I had for me. So I would go to work. I'd come back home. They're in my house all day. I come home. I'm like, okay, I'm finna make dinner. The shit that's in there is already cooked up. Sis didn't make nothing for me. It's not like it was like, oh, okay, you were at work all day. I ended up making tacos or something like that. Like, here's some tacos for you. Or no, like my house would be dirty. My things would be like ransacked. And this is a studio apartment. Like, it was literally a studio. I had a full-size bathroom and closet and a full-size kitchen. But the main area, like the living room, that's all it was. There was no room. Y'all, that weekend, that 3 days ended up turning into 2 weeks. And then I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, sis, and then I forgot to mention, sis had EBT. So you didn't even take your EBT and put nothing in the house to like help me out. Y'all was just strictly living off of me. And what upset me was not only were you dishonest with me, you could have just told me what was going on. We could have created some sort of arrangement. But then when after she left, like we never talked again. Like she never talked to me again after that. And then a few years ago, we had a family member stay with us. This I did not agree to. But the family member came and stayed with us. Someone else made the decision. I'm going to just say it like that. And this person, like they weren't paying any rent. Same thing. They were using up everything. And at this particular time, we had children. So it was even harder because it was like, not only are we replenishing the house for the people that live here, but now you're an extra grown adult body. So it's just, there's no good that comes out of that. Like, even my father is really one of those dads where he lets everybody, like his kids can come back home. And I just refuse to because I feel like I'm grown. Like, unless I'm really in a situation where I need to come back home, like your home should not be a security blanket for me. You know what I mean? Like, you already raised us. But my siblings are the worst. Like, my siblings have come back home so many times, and every single time they leave my daddy's house, they leave with a bang. They leave entitled. They leave disrespectful. They leave acting like he did something to them. Like, nope. So we're going to get into these couple of TikToks, and then I'm going to come back with my 2 cents. But yeah.
One thing I'll never do again in this life. Never, 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 never. I will never let nobody live with me. I don't care if they're at the most homeless of homeless of homeless. Don't call me. I let so many people from my family live with me in a short period of time, within the span of 3 years since I moved away from my hometown. And in that short period of time of me letting people move with me, I learned so much about who they truly were that I never even knew. They say you never know a person until you move in with them. I'm telling you right now, that cannot be nothing more than true. So if you know me and you got my number and you wind up in a situation where you're displaced and have nowhere to live, don't call me.
If somebody tell you don't let somebody move with you, please listen. I really want y'all ears to be more than aesthetic, please, because I was homeless in 2022. I didn't have to be homeless in 2022, but somebody caused me to lose my apartment. My apartment complex did not want my rent at all. They literally said, we want her out. And they won that. They won that fight. They got that one, but it's okay. But that situation taught me that I had to stop being the person that people run to, because I was literally the person everybody ran to. So when it was my time to run to them, I didn't have nobody to run to. And it's like, I know y'all are not obligated, but when you do shit for people out of the kindness of your heart and it's not reciprocated, it's like, damn, I don't want to stop being that type of person, but I had to. Like I said, I was homeless. My child was not homeless. And I thank God I have a village that will help me with him, because I can handle me. But that situation taught me to the point where, baby, I don't give a fuck how sad the story is. You can't even sleep on my motherfucking porch. Baby, a man can't even stay with me. He definitely got to have his own place. I want to come to your shit. I don't ever want your karma and my karma to get confused. That last video, I felt that one in my spirit. When she talked about the fact that she let somebody stay with her and it was so bad to the point where management was like, that's the worst, because them same people that helped you lose your shit or made you lose your shit, they're not nowhere to be found. And I bet you $1 to a donut, whoever it was in that situation, they probably had somewhere else to go while she was over there figuring it out. They probably didn't give a damn about the fact that her and her baby was on the street. I felt that one. Definitely felt that one in my spirit.
So the one thing I learned from letting people live with me is to never do that shit again in life. People ain't shit. People will live in your shit rent free, fuck your house up, start talking to you crazy. Your Zen will be all the way fucked up. And then when it's time to go, now you ain't shit. Bitch. So I know somebody that was going through a situation, and long story short, she ended up needing a place to stay. Her mama, her daddy, her grandma, her grandpa, her brothers, her sisters, her cousins, nobody fucking came through for her and her child, except one person. And her child went to stay with that friend rent free. Do you know when it was time to go, she was telling me how that girl wasn't shit? Excuse me? I ain't did shit to help her. But she talking shit to me about the only person who did. And the only thing that stopped me from being that not shit person in her life was the fact that I was a not shit person to somebody else a couple years ago. So now when folks going through it, baby, I pray for you. I send you some resources. But y'all can't come over here, baby. Sorry.
This is a topic y'all should already know, but do not let nobody move in with you. Do y'all not know that y'all gonna have to go through hell and hot water to get them out? I don't care what their story is. I don't care if they homeless with their 2 kids. I don't care if they mama put them out. I don't care if they daddy put them out. Don't let nobody move in with you. If you don't know nothing in this world, don't let nobody move in.
Hey y'all, it's story time. So one thing that I want to say is, don't never let nobody come live with y'all. That's some advice I want to give to y'all, to never. I don't care what the fuck they going through. I don't give a fuck if the ocean turned red and they need a place to stay. I don't care, y'all. Just never let nobody come live with y'all, okay? After this story, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, just a whole bunch of what the fuck. So, one day, I'm leaving work and my cousin called me crying. It's a cousin that I don't barely even talk to, y'all. Barely see. I ain't seen since I was like 5 years old type shit. Like 10, maybe 15. Like, I was young as fuck, like, last time I seen her, basically. She got 5 kids. So, she called me crying one day. Not to mention, her mom stayed in the same apartment as I did at the time. So, her mom put her out or whatever. She called me crying, yelling, screaming. It's snowing outside. And her mama put her out and woo, this and that. And she needed a place for her kids to stay for just one night. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I let them come live for one night. I wasn't there at the time because I wasn't at home at the time because I had wrecked my car and I had to get back and forth to work, and my boyfriend's mom was taking me back and forth to work. So I was staying with her at the time, but I still had my house available. I still was paying my bills there at my other house. So I let her come live there or whatever, and I had my mom watching the house or whatever. So 2 days later, I called my mama just to see what she doing. She was like, nothing. About to fix so and so kids something to eat. I'm like, hold up, they still over there? She was like, yes, they are still over here. I'm like, hold on, let me call her. So I called her. She was like, yeah, girl, I forgot to tell you that I couldn't find nowhere for them to go, and I want to see, can they stay with you for a couple of more days, and it's just them. Okay, I'm like, okay, that's fine, but not too long though, or whatever like that. So y'all, tell me why I let her stay or whatever. 1 week turned into a goddamn month. I go home to go get some more clothes, and I see bags of shit, all type of shit, y'all. Like, I see they done literally moved all that shit in. Like, it was just too much. Not to mention, this is only a 2-bedroom apartment. So 5 kids plus her plus me, it just don't make sense. Like, it just wasn't adding up. Come back for part 2, y'all, okay?
Okay, y'all. For some reason, I looked up and down her page. I could not find a part 2. So I'm just going to react to what she said so far. So first and foremost, your auntie, because that's your auntie put your cousin and her 5 kids out in the snow. Something happened. I know family members can be shitty, but for her to say while it's snowing, like, y'all gotta get the fuck out, something happened. Either them kids is bad as hell or something. There was something. That's number 1. Number 2, the fact that she said, okay, we just need to go somewhere for like just the weekend, I already knew that was a red flag, because that just the weekend shit is how they get you. They'll say like, oh, only need like a day or two, and that day or two ends up being like 18 months. And she said it like it ended up being turned into a whole last month. And then when she got over there, when she finally came home, it was like bags of shit. Like, yeah, girl, like, and then you don't even have no kids, and you let this lady move her 5 kids in, baby, you better than me, because I'm sorry, I would never. We as a family, we gonna have to figure something out. Like, I'll take 1 kid, somebody else gonna take these other 4. Y'all gonna have to figure it out.
If somebody lets you stay in their house and they know you kind of down bad, they like, you ain't got to worry about giving me no money right now. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I'm just doing you a favor. You can do them a favor back by giving them some money when you get some money. I ain't saying you gotta pay their whole rent and pay all their bills, but if you in their house eating their food, using the electricity, using the gas, and you also participate in extracurricular activities like having fun, drinking, smoking, turning up, going out, whatever the case may be, if you can do all that, you got $20, $30, $40, $50 to spare to give to them when you get up a little bit. I can't stand for a person to sit here and want to use a person, and then when they don't want to get used no more, they getting mad telling somebody, oh, this person just put me out for no reason. They said I could stay here. That's because y'all be using people, and people don't want to get used no motherfucking more. You're not finna come into my house and walk all over me. That's literally why I fell out with somebody. They want to use me up, and then when I didn't want to get used no more, they was mad.
What I tell y'all, people will just use you until they can't use you no more, and then all of a sudden you a bad guy. That's why it was one of them other videos, and she was saying like, yeah, the only reason why I wasn't the ain't shit person is because I was an ain't shit person to somebody else a couple of years ago. Man, listen, I felt that in my kneecaps. Okay, I'm gonna do all this for you. You finna use me till you can't use me no more. I ain't got no more food in my house. I can't pay my bill. I need help, and then all of a sudden I ain't shit. You money hungry. You greedy. You all of that. Like, you are the worst person in the world the minute you finally say no.
And ain't nobody else coming to stay with me in my house ever again. I don't care who it is, whether it's family, friend, boyfriend, whoever. My door is not open to nobody else, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I don't care if you need a place to lay your head for a little while. I don't care if you just trying to get back on your feet for a little bit. I do not care how bad the sob story is. That may sound harsh, but it is what it is. I'm not letting nobody else come stay with me and turn my house upside down ever again. Not ever. The worst feeling ever is being uncomfortable in your own house. Imagine having to tiptoe around your own home because of someone else. They bringing that toxic energy, them spirits that they got on them. Like, just imagine that. I've always been that type of girl to where if anybody needed me, or if a friend or family, if anybody need me to show up for them, I do not mind showing up for them. I go above and beyond, but not at the expense of my own peace. Not at the expense of my own sanity. I can't. So don't ask me to come stay with me, because can't nobody come live with me, and I do mean it.
Listen, never let somebody you know or a family member move in with you. Never. They don't be want to clean up. They don't want to buy groceries. They don't even want to buy motherfucking tissue. Never had a money on time. Then you can't get rid of them. This supposed to be temporary. Here we are a year later. You still here?
All right, y'all. That's all I got for y'all today. I cannot wait to hear y'all story times in the comments, because I could only imagine. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.